thank you so much for joining us, you know. At this time, we have an adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Gray?
Again, are we just saying, or we're just adopting it, because before we adopt it again, I keep requesting this, that anything that happens or is scheduled to happen, like the swearing in, is the swearing in gonna happen today?
Yes,
Okay, but that's not on the agenda.
yes, it's not.
Like, we
sorry,
don't,
I usually
swearing in,
would.
excuse me,
But, I was gonna do it under Secretary's report, and yes, I was reminded yesterday, so that was oversight on my part. In the future, we'll put the swearing in on the agenda.
well, anything, because even with presentations, someone coming in, I like to be prepared, so I know what's gonna be presented. So, again, I've mentioned this before, but we can go ahead.
Point of order.
I'm sorry.
Point of order. Man, I thought the appointing authority already sworn in new commissioners last Thursday at council.
No, I think you're referring to the swearing in of the
Residential.
Donnelly Homes,
Right.
Donnelly Homes
Oh,
Resident
yeah,
Council
okay.
that we're gonna do today.
Oh, I didn't know that. Good one on the agenda.
That's what my point.
Okay.
It's all good.
Now,
Now we're just recording votes.
yes, adopt an agenda. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gray?
Yes, with the, adding to the, Dolly Holmes Residential Council swearing in, yes.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Aye.
Commissioner Staton?
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Boyd?
Yes. At this time, can I have an approval for the special meeting held on February 1st?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Gray?
Abstain.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez?
Yes.
Commissioner Raines?
Yes.
Commissioner Staton?
Abstain.
Chairwoman Weldon?
Yes. At this time, can I have approval for the regular minutes for the meeting held February 14th?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Gray?
Again, I like to make a comment about this. The minutes do not represent, there's a lot of omitted information that's not in these minutes that was really, I think, pertinent, that was discussed, especially when it comes down to the housing authority. We talked about RAB, we talked about the bringing French towers up to code. You spoke about it, the executive director spoke on it, I spoke on it, and it was not included in the minutes. There is an error on page 2 for approval of the executive session minutes held on January 10th, 2024. I abstained, but you had me saying yay. And you had me here on it. I mean, Anderson saying he abstained and as well marked as yay. Myself, you had it marked as yes, as yay, but I abstained. And Lopez, Commissioner Lopez abstained, and you have him marked as yes. And I thought, I can't speak yet. I thought Commissioner Green abstained.
Actually, you are correct, but those are not abstentions, they were actually absent.
Oh, absent
So
during
it
that
should-
time.
they
Oh,
should-
I see.
They should not be marked as aye. They should
Right.
there should be no
Right.
X in the aye, and they should be marked as absent. So
Right.
We will make that correction, thank you.
Yeah.
I make a motion, we set the minutes with said correction.
Okay, and I
I'm
had,
sorry, Mr. Lopez, could you second that modified?
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
and then resolution 2406 had questions, did not record, did not insert the question and answer. It's, again, these minutes are like Commissioner so-and-so asked a question and one of the directors answered. That's not how you keep minutes. And I keep saying this and repeatedly because these minutes are to protect the the board, in regards to any type of discrepancy, if we're approve something, if we question it, all that has to be covered in these minutes. Again, for the public comment, some of the residents did speak. Like the first one, it says not being able to pay with card, but pay with card for what? So, like she spoke about her rent. The third one, says since he rarely comes out of his unit, but he was saying he was sick, so that's why he wasn't coming out of his unit. Like, these are certain pertinent informations, like, you know, because that should have been included in the minutes, to really, like, it's misrepresenting what was really spoken and stated. I mean, these residents came out to share their concerns and their issues, and it wasn't represented clearly in these minutes, as well as the commissioner comments.
Okay, Ms. Davis?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to speak to minutes. It's a rule that it's not, minutes are to only record what was done, not what was said. That's why I'm hoping that these meetings are recorded.
Yes.
And so if someone wants to go back for detail, they can.
Audio,
It's a
audio
rule,
and
though.
visual.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I like to say, that was said, but when I spoke to the, HUD regional in Newark, they said that's not the case. That's not how you do minutes. But
Okay, Commissioner
let's
Reigns?
go.
I was gonna make the same point that Commissioner Staton made. I thought it was, I can't remember, it was almost a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, board secretary said that the minutes will be recorded, and any commissioner wants to hear the blow by blow, just contact board secretary staff to listen to the verbatim, so we don't have a packet this thick with minutes.
Exactly.
And I believe we have been keeping it on, it sits on the website as well. At least the previous meeting is the full, you can go to the website and actually watch the full previous meeting.
It's on, more on
Next
YouTube,
roll call, please.
on YouTube first.
And did
It's
we
on
have,
YouTube.
did we get approval to put it on
I'm
YouTube?
sorry.
Right.
Did we get approval to put it on YouTube?
What type of approval?
Okay, so I just found this out, about 2 months ago that you're putting these, is it, video or it's just audio on YouTube?
It's audio visual.
Okay, well, I think we should have been, aware of that prior to it being put up there. I didn't know about it, or we didn't hear about it until after the fact.
Okay, so at this point in time, we're, approval of the minutes.
As amended with the correction.
Correct.
Commissioner Garrett,
No.
Commissioner Gentry.
With the amendments, yes, but I like to say this, we've talked about these minutes on numerous occasions. It's always came out, the minutes are not designed to be blow by blow. Like Commissioner Staton said, it's about what was done, not what was talked about. And with that, I vote yes.
Next.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Reigns,
Aye.
Commissioner Staton,
Abstain.
Chairwoman Rowland.
Yes. At this time, I'm gonna have the secretary's report, please.
So at the very beginning of the secretary's report, I would like to have Mr. Godfrey do the swearing in of the the swearing in of the Donnelly Homes Resident Council. So would the Donnelly Homes Resident Council come forward?
Ms. Ricci, Ms. Lang, and Ms. Marshall. So how you guys want to stand?
Make sure y'all smile, cause I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna take a picture.
We have 2 other members that will not be in attendance at this point in time because they have work, personal things that they need to attend to. So we'll do it at a later date.
One will be here at 2 o'clock.
One will be at 2, so we'll do the other one at 2. All
Okay.
right. So I'm going to read from the statement here, the Donnelly Homes Tenant Association oath of office, and you guys are going to repeat after me. I'll read a sentence or so and you repeat, all right?
Okay.
You're gonna say I, you're gonna say your name.
Okay.
All right? I
Antoinette Ritchie.
Dorothy
Alright.
Lane.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey
of the State of New Jersey
and the Tenant Association bylaws
and the Tenant Association bylaws
of the Trenton Housing Authority
of the Trenton Housing Authority
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
the duties of the office of
the duties in the office of President,
President,
Treasurer,
Vice President.
all right, according to the best of my abilities.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations, you guys are. So I get this to them, or to sign, because it has their signature first, and I don't know who's gonna be the witness.
Yeah.
We'll do that formalities later, all right.
Thank you so much for that.
Well,
So I also wanted to welcome Commissioner Staten. It's a pleasure to have you. I also want to introduce Miss Patrona Jerome. Patrona. Y'all clapping and I haven't even. Patrona is our new Director of Housing Operations. We really look for, we had, just to let you know, between our last meetings, R.G. Walker, who faithfully served the Housing Authority for 40 years, retired. So we moved swiftly with a replacement from in-house and recognized Patrona as one of our most thorough asset managers, and we really look forward to her professionalism and help us move through some of the challenges that we have. I will tell you, she's already produced a housing operations improvement plan for housing operations. So I think that the residents will definitely benefit from Patrona's thoroughness and her professionalism. So I just want the board to introduce the board to Ms. Jerome.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Okay, so just one of the things that we talked about, communications. We have attempting to reestablish much better communication with our residents. We began again years ago before the pandemic. We used to do First Fridays coffee with the executive director, and we've reestablished that. We've been to French Towers, we've been to Josephson Apartments, and we've got really good feedback from those meetings. So we're going to continue those meetings. It's not going to be called First Fridays, it's just going to be called Fridays, so we may do 2 or 3 a month, but so far it's been really good having an intimate setting with about 8 or 9 families and just hearing what their issues are and then following up on being able to address their issues. Also, we've established, Patrona has reestablished quarterly management meetings with residents, so each site has a schedule of quarterly meetings that will be done with the asset manager and housing manager at that site and the residents at that site on a quarterly basis every 3 months.
Is that with the residential meeting?
That
Or
is
that's outside of it? A resident council meeting, that's
No,
outside of
that
those
is a meeting that is sponsored by the management. So that is management is running that meeting and inviting residents to give information, different things concerning matters with the housing authority to that meeting.
That's really good.
So that will be quarterly, and we actually have a quarterly schedule for all of those meetings.
Is that in the book? That's not in the book, so can we get the copy of those
Well,
meetings?
Well, I would say this, you can get the copy, but I would encourage to allow those meetings to be between management and residents. I really don't want, that's not a commissioner's meeting. That's a landlord-tenant meeting between management and residents. And we want the lines to remain clear. We want a clear line to allow those managers to establish a relationship with those tenants.
Next.
As you can see along that line, I'll go to this. Oh, okay. Resident community services. You can see from the report, we're doing a ton of services for residents. Thank you to Kaya Green and her team, really Freedom and Tanya and Kia, they're just doing an excellent job. And really, we're doing just anything out there that we can bring to help residents, we're grabbing a hold of it and making it available. So, and also, Kaya has established committees, and so I know that I've seen communications back and forth between different board members and Kaya, given the opportunity to come sit on committees dealing with education, dealing with health, dealing with employment, job creation, those things. So I think we have a good system going, and hopefully we can build on it with Jobs Plus grant that we apply for, as well as Choice Neighborhoods, the major piece of Choice Neighborhoods being resident involvement. So just want to talk about some of our challenges in the area of tenant accounts receivable. You will see from the report that the receivables, the bad thing is the receivables did go up by about 35,000. The good thing is the 90 plus days went down by more than 100,000, and 61 and 90 days went down. So what that reflects is we're actually doing a very, very aggressive push to bring receivables down, and to bring them down for folks that had previously had tenant agreements that were violated, and also folks that in our transition to Yardi that we lost a couple of months in putting folks in court. So we're moving aggressively with that, and we're also moving aggressively. One of the things that we talked to tenants about in our meetings was that I think there is some miscommunication out there. There were a lot of rent statements that needed to be adjusted, that residents needed to understand the new rent statement. Rich actually went out with Kai, actually they did meetings at the senior buildings with residents, particularly on the rent statements, but there's still cleanup to be done. So what we just want to encourage, if a resident comes to you, talk to you, please encourage them to go see their manager. I think what has happened is a portion of residents have not paid because they didn't feel as though their rent statement was correct. And what I would encourage them to do is pay what you know your rent is, and go and see your manager and get it corrected. So I know even over the last week, just from Josephson and French Towers, we corrected. You know, I know myself personally that we came and we had residents to speak about it, and then at the end of the meeting, we were asked, well, is it correct now? And yes. So a lot of residents were speaking about what they went through, but currently it is correct. So we still have cleanup to do on that, and the team, I believe, is working hard to get that cleanup done. We also have challenges in vacant unit reduction, but with the last board meeting, the board approved the team, the firms to come in and do the vacant unit turnaround. So we have actually assigned 45 units to that group of contractors, which we anticipate, Cliff, the end of March or mid-April, having all of those units back.
Yes.
Yeah, so that will go a long way toward reducing our vacancy, taking that action. And also on the agenda today, we have a resolution rejecting 22 units, modernization units, because both bids came in above our budget and above the architect's estimate. So we're asking you on that resolution to reject those and allow us to go and negotiate with local contractors for that work. And that will be an additional 22. So between that 45 and 22, we'll have 67 in the next 90 days, 67 units term, which should go a long way toward addressing our vacancy issue. We are not feeling, just to reiterate, just so everybody is clear and aware, we're fully vested in the Choice Neighborhoods implementation grant. We've gotten really good feedback from our consultant who's tied into that, who's pretty much informed us that when we have the information, there were 28 applicants, and about 10 of them look like housing authorities that are potentially real applications. Only 4 of those, which we are one of the 4, was previous choice planning grant recipients. So, and they're going to award 8 applications. So we feel as though we're really in a good position to get that. So we're burning the bridge behind us, and we just charging forward. So we not even taking no grant, so we gonna get this Choice Neighborhoods implementation grant. So just with that, I was saying that, issues came up from residents with respect to, issues we have with folks getting in vacant units. We've attempted to address that by going with what they call dogs, which is we're sealing vacant units with steel doors on the windows and steel doors on the entrances. We still had some issues with, once we sealed that, folks migrated to the basement, so we've done some welding and locking of basements, so we're attempting to address the challenges with those vacancies, but we are not filling those vacancies as they come up.
You talking about for Donnelly Homes?
For the 3-story walk-ups in Donnelly Homes, yes. And then anyone, as we move forward in the phases, will be, anyone in those 3-story walk-ups will most likely either get transferred up to the townhomes eventually. So because the phasing is to clear the 3-story walk-ups first. So wanted to make you aware of that. Okay, the next was report on actions from the last board meeting. So we would like to, again, improving our communication with the board specifically. We're trying to be respectful of people's information, so I would just ask the board to keep this, this is for board members. But we would like to, when we do have issues, residents come to the board, we want to make sure that we're being responsive and provide the board a written response to those things at the next meeting. So this is the beginning of that. Just a couple of things. I won't go through each one of these units, but you can read, but I will say a couple of building-wide issues that came up that we're looking to do is, number one, there was talk concerning the air quality in units by the unit in the unit, just for the board's edification. The air in all of those units are recirculated from within the unit. So the makeup air, so it's not like there's air coming from in those units from other areas. So you have, there is the return on the bottom, and then there's a register on the top. So for the one person, we cleaned the registers, we changed the filter, but what we're looking to do and see the price, and it may have to come back to the board, we're actually looking to do a thorough cleaning of each one of the actual units, whether it's the blower motor or whatever, go in, service, clean it, have it thoroughly cleaned and sanitized, so that would address that issue, as well as having the exhaust vent that goes through the bathroom cleaned. A lot of times, the exhaust vent, that's taking air out of the unit, so it can get caked in that vent and get dirty. So we're looking at both of those things. That was something that came building-wide. Also, one of the things that we already have talked with our architect about with French Towers is assessing the exterior caulking. We did hear from a number of tenants that leaks are coming through windows, so we will be assessing the exterior caulking. It was suggested that we may have to do something to seal coat the entire building. Ultimately, that would be a capital project, so that would be something that would come back to the board for approval. Gnats in the trash chute areas, that was another thing. We had commercial cleaning thoroughly come in on February 28th, clean all of the trash chute rooms. They also cleaned they actually also, we approved a proposal for them to clean the trash chute, the actual trash chutes, with a cleaning of the actual the trash chute going down. And then we also are soliciting proposals to change the trash chute doors. And then I'm mentioning this because it came up big about the gnats. So the gnats were coming from there. So we actually have extermination of those areas scheduled for gnats and flying insects on March 25th.
How about the plumbing?
What about the plumbing? I mean, it was addressed. The work orders, if you look at completed work orders, they were addressed. Plumbing issue was one of we listed the unit and the work orders that were completed related to those.
Right, there was the from my understanding, the woman who spoke, initially, that she said she's been there 8 years.
Yeah, she gets so this is what happens, she gets the bulk of it because she lives on the first floor, and then each year around November, December, which is Thanksgiving time, Christmas time, you have increased cooking, you have increased people pouring grease and stuff down the drain, and each year around that time, sometimes it backs up, but what we're gonna do for that, we've already talked to Terrence about that, we're gonna get a schedule of basically blowing out those pipes on an ongoing basis. I don't know, every 6 months or annually, where we would basically just have somebody come and do a preventative to clean out the pipe. So that will help with that, but I don't know if that will all the way eliminate that, because that actually comes out, it gets backed up in the street, and it comes back into the building, but it has a lot to do with the activity that's going on in the building at that time, and unfortunately, she lives on the first floor, so when it comes back, it's coming to the first floor first.
Can we do something like a poster, something to the effect, not just on Christmas time, but right now, saying that please do not, the plumbing, if we want to resolve the plumbing issue, please do not put, cooking oil or anything in the sink. Use old containers, juice containers, pour that grease in there. Not hot though, you gotta wait till it cool off, because we don't want people just think that they can pour hot grease in a container and then say we told them to do it and they got burnt or injured. But the point is that, wait till the grease cools off and then pour it into a container with a top and then put it in the trash. Something to that, just so they can always be reminded, every time they come in, they see that sign, want to resolve the plumbing issue, stop putting hot grease or certain things in the drain.
Okay.
Well, I would think that we could do that. We do something similar every year. We put out a notice about just good neighborly stuff to families. I think that yes, you're correct. So the best way I can say it, the feedback we're getting is that all of this is education. A lot of the issues that are occurring are self-inflicted.
I'm saying the same thing.
So it's yes, put out a notice, but I think
Not a notice, I said put a sign out, a visual sign with grease going into a sink. It's like a poster, that's how they advertise. Sometimes people have to see something visually over and over when they're in their apartment and get ready to do it, like, oh darn, that's right, don't pour any grease in the sink. That's what I'm saying, a little notice, they read it, they tuck it under wherever, throw it in the trash, or don't read it at all. So there's a sign, because that's their biggest issue, is the plumbing. They've been saying they've been there, and that the plumbing is, backs up, it comes from the ceiling, blah, 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 and it goes into the recreation. So we want to put a little sign of a sink going into grease and saying, want to resolve the plumbing problem, don't put any cooking oil or large food items in the drain. Because this is what you're going to get. Show a little thing, be creative, I'm sure we can do that.
Absolutely, we can work on up in our educational information and pamphlets and flyers and, yes, we can.
Right, because they see it every day, after a while, it just sealed into their minds, and hopefully it'll help everyone who lives in French Towers that don't do that.
Sorry, Commissioner
One question.
Lopez.
I really like this. Do you think we can get dates on the completed work orders, like when these actions, or when they were resolved, and then just so we can add that for next time? Thank you.
And so I'm assuming the residents know that these things have been taken care of, that's why no one's here at the meeting.
This is a reflection of what has happened in communication with residents, so yes.
Okay.
On the finance side, again, the team is working on year-end close, and we loaded the budget, so next meeting we'll get the budget actual comparison. We're working on year-end close. We have to submit a financial data schedule to HUD by March 15th. So in the next board meeting, we'll provide a financial data schedule so that can give you the whole picture of the financial position as well as revenue and expenses for 2023.
Okay.
That's unaudited financials.
Okay, like you did in here, the business operating plan? Something similar to that, or you're talking about what you just submitted didn't have any comparisons?
No,
To
the financial data schedule is the HUD requirement of submission for the housing authority for the end of the year, so it has much more information. It includes balance sheet, expense, everything, so it's a very comprehensive report, and I will provide that to the board subsequent to it being submitted on Friday.
Right, cause it's different than what's submitted here, and I noticed.
That's a monthly report.
Right, but normally, that's why I bought this, because the monthly report has changed, and it does give you the breakdown, the yearly, and what was, expended for the month versus what was budgeted for the month.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, this month, because the budget was not loaded, you just got the actuals, so
I got that.
next month.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
next
got
month
that.
you get budget.
And this also says January 31st, I thought we're in March, so I thought we were a month behind, so now we're 2 months behind?
No, you're a month behind, so the board meeting is the second Wednesday, so you always get it the prior month. So it won't be February, it's always been like that, it's January's.
Next.
Okay, just real quick on redevelopment projects, we already talked briefly about the choice neighborhoods. We also have, begun our meetings with, the company that we, designated for Prospect and Fraser, Genesis companies, and, both of those Genesis companies and PRC, we are reviewing, redevelopment, agreements with those. So we're in the beginnings of negotiations on redevelopment agreements with those, and those things will be, coming back to the board when we get a little further along.
What redevelopment agreements, I apologize, what are we talking about, what redevelopment agreements?
We're talking about-
Neighborhood choice?
Master redevelopment agreements in connection with the Choice Neighborhoods program, as well as a master redevelopment agreement in connection with our RAD conversion at Prospect Village and Freeport.
Can I can't speak for everybody else, but, can I have a draft of that? You're gonna give us the final, is that what you're saying, for us to vote on it, to approve it?
Yes.
I'd like to see it before we get to that point. I
Okay.
wanna review it before then, please.
Okay.
I have a question, when you spoke about the working with the residents with the rent agreements, some of the residents were saying that and I'm not sure if this is part of the policy, maintenance fees, when they're saying that if they had whatever issue in their unit, they're billed a maintenance charge, is that correct? Because they said they see that on the rent.
Yes, we do have a list of charges if there's damage or if there's something that is caused by the resident. Yes, there are a list of charges that they get charged for that.
But, so I'm assuming that because from what I'm getting, the residents are not aware that they're supposed to be charged. So they're saying that they got all these fees that they didn't know about until they went and got the rent register, that they didn't know they were being charged every time a maintenance personnel came to the unit for whatever reason.
Well, they're not charged every time a maintenance personnel comes, only if it's an item that was resident damage. So in other words, if you come in and there's a stop up that's due to, like you're saying, the pipes backing up or something, they don't get charged for that. But if they come in and there's a stop up in the unit and then they find a Barbie doll or a toy that was stuck lodged inside the toilet that was clearly a
That makes
result of
sense.
something the resident did, they get charged.
Yeah, because they act like they don't know what the heck that charge is for and why, but I agree with that.
Well,
Okay.
the charges are appended to the lease, so when they sign the lease, they know the charges, because it's part and parcel of the lease.
Next.
Okay, so I just wanted to kind of, also just make the board aware that something we've been working on, planned capital projects. So we have approximately $2 million in capital funds that we need to obligate by August 31st of this year. In the projects that we've identified, we definitely identified the 22 units to be modernized, and that's somewhere around $900,000 to $1 million on that. We also are moving ahead with today, we will have a resolution awarding a contract for lead-based paint, remediation at, Wilson Homes. Additionally, we identify Lincoln Homes roofing and AC units. There's something that we identified that definitely needs to be completed. We want to, remake the Prospect Village Community Room as a part of our educational efforts into a STEM lab, where young children can come and learn STEM in Prospect Village. So we're looking to upgrade the Prospect Village Community Room for that. Wilson Homes, we anticipate that we're gonna have to replace a condensation tank. I don't wanna get technical with that, but that's, helps to the heating system to work more efficient. It's a part of the system of the heating system. I mentioned French Towers, the exterior caulking in French Towers. Senior building boiler controls, this is something where we need to go in, and boiler controls have to do with, different valves, different things that control the temperature of water, affects your heat and your cooling. So we really want to have the architect to go look into that and see what all improvements need to be made on that. And then finally, we have identified that the senior building, the roofing at the senior buildings needs to be replaced. So those are the things that we have planned out for 2024 to operate in 2024. That would take us through the money that we have. That would take us a large way through the money that we have for capital fund 2022 and 23, correct? Yeah. And as we get those, again, just for communication, as we get those, we'll provide those, a list of those projects. Actually, you get those in your redevelopment, that's what Christie compiles, and the redevelopment projects, and then there's also the capital, there's a status of the capital projects.
Can I make a comment? Are you finished? I'm sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
I think that if you're talking about the communication, improving the communication, are you speaking, when you initially started your, secretary report, you're talking about communication to the board? Because I thought that was great, because, that was one of my concerns, when I looked at the, resolution to cancel the, lead base, what was it, 2413, is it? Yep, 2413, that, I don't recall you, sharing with the board that there was a bid going out for that. And then, you're bringing it to us to approve to cancel those bids, or bids, and I'm like, well, I didn't know, it wasn't shared, so I'm glad that you're communicating, today, and hopefully this goes on, because that was great. So it kind of extinguished a lot of questions and concerns, because as I said, and I, voiced this before, I don't know about a certain bid until it comes upon me, or I look at it or read over these, resolutions that you're submitting. So today was very good, I commend you, and thank you, but,
thank you. So there's two things, can I just say?
sure.
The communication that I'm talking about is definitely between the board, between staff, and between residents. Our big buzzword this year is communication, so we're looking to improve communication on all levels, internally and externally. With respect to the bids, the bids are actually, the bids that are going out are providing in every board meeting under the procurement report. There's a written report on the status of bids that have gone out, and there's also a spreadsheet which outlines all of the bids that will be going out, the date that we anticipate releasing them, and when we anticipate them coming back. That's provided every month
I look
as
at
a,
it,
as
but I
a
don't,
part of the board, report. And with respect to local public contracts, bids that you don't have to bring bids to the board to get approval to go out.
that's not what I said.
We don't have to bring bids to the board to get approval to go out. We just have to get approval to award the bid unless it is a proposal, a request for proposal that we have never done before. So of course, before we go out for like, a development for Wilson Homes or something like that, we will bring that to the board prior to going out, so that we're on the same page in terms of what we're doing. But the things that we do as a matter of course, legal services, tenant legal services, exterminate, all of those things are things that are recurring things that are done every year. So, like I said, it's provided in the board report, and as well, we follow the law with respect to letting you know what's going on and what's about.
Next,
Good question.
Commissioner Lopez.
So the list of capital projects that you mentioned, are there specific ones that you're trying to get done before August 1st and the other ones are just before year end?
Yes, there are specific ones that we want to get obligated before August 1st.
You want them to be awarded.
We want them to be
Completed.
awarded before August 1st, and that's essentially the roofing at Lincoln, the Prospect Village Community Room, the Wilson Homes condensation tank, and then I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, one of the things, porches and railings at Lincoln Homes in Harrison. For years, we've been told that we have certain situations, where the porches is maybe hazardous, is crumbling apart. So in the past, we've patched it, but we want to go ahead and, like, for those units, to go ahead and identify which portions need to be replaced and go ahead and wholesale replacement. So the architect is looking at that right now, looking at methodologies, looking at new materials, looking at modern ways to do that. So those are the four that we want to get done before the year.
Okay, thank you.
Next,
So all those,
one moment.
okay.
No, I was going to say anything. What is the protocol here? Does the chair recognize the speaker?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to, I'm seeing mixed things, that's all.
Okay.
I just wanted to be clear.
Next,
That's it for my report. I'm ready to go through into resolutions.
yes.
Okay. Mr. Tibbs, 2411.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
All right. I'd like to start here with Resolution 2411. The resolution authorizes the approval for the disbursements for February 2024 in the amount of $958,068.68, split between the General Fund and the Capital Fund. General Fund totaling $893,557.55, and the Capital Fund totaling $64,511.13. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners adopt this resolution approving the disbursements for the month of February.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 2411?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Raines, second by Gentry.
Moved by State, second by Raines.
Moved by State, second by, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This one check.
Yes.
I thought I heard like this.
Questions?
I don't have a question because, but I have a statement. So again, you spoke about these projects under the capital fund. And again, I'm gonna reiterate that when I look at this capital fund summary, I do note, it's very apparent that you're drawing down on it, but I can't match up the projects with what grant or what's listed under the capital fund summary. These funds, where is these funds coming out of? What grant? To 2023 or grant number, whatever. It doesn't, it's not distinguished, so I can identify how this money is being pulled down from what grant. So it's not really explicit. I've asked this before. I know on some of the resolutions, it says it's either coming out of the operating fund or it's coming out of the capital fund, but which grant or capital fund grant number here is it coming out of? I can't seem to have an understanding of what, or clarity on how this money is moving on what projects. And this has been going on for a while. When you're doing these capital projects, I would like to, and I asked this, if you can actually do an additional list with the projects or with Mr. Martin to let us know where's the money coming out of in regards to this capital fund, account.
Is there any other questions? Seeing none, roll call.
Commissioner Garrett,
No.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ken.
Resolution 24-12. The Housing Authority Executive Director recognized the need for lead-based paint renovation, repair, and painting. It was first advertised August 27th of last year, due September. 4 bids were requested, nothing was received. It was then re-advertised December 10th, with bids due on January 18th. We had 14 bids requested, 1 was received. However, talking with the architect, we determined that it was a non-responsive because it wasn't completely inclusive of the scope of work. What this resolution does is 2 things. The first step is to ask you to formally recognize we went out twice and reject the second bid. And then upon that, the second part of this is that we went to negotiations with, per local public contracts law, we went to negotiations with NDP Construction to provide for the complete scope of work. That was understood between them and the architect, so that we could have this job awarded to them. The job would be awarded for $323,823, and this would encompass a lot of the renovation, repair, and painting throughout the outside of Haverstick, Wilson Homes, including handrails, panels and conduit, door frames, wall mount mailboxes, all the fire skips as well. So I ask that you approve the resolution for on both reject and approve for NDP Construction. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-12?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
I have questions.
Mhm.
I'm looking under redevelopment and modernization, because it addressed the lead paint, so, I'm assuming this, because the contractor is Isles for the lead paint training, we're training, it says here, to date, we had 18, Housing Authority employees trained and served at no cost to Trenton Housing Authority, and had two more Trenton Housing staff scheduled training in mid-March for lead painting removal. And if are they removing, are we using these, employees to remove and then, have a contractor that we already have for renovation, for, reconditioning?
The chair allowed me to have Christie address that.
Yes, so no, that is, RRP training. We had EDP come out and, address that we need to have a certain amount of employees certified in lead, paint, and RRP training. So Kenny King, thanks to him, he has a relationship with Isles and was able to get our employees trained for free. So we had 18 employees trained for free, and some of them were also contractors that were able to get trained for free through the Isles grant that they have. So the next page is the lead that we're talking about now.
Right.
Okay.
So we're not using them, did we utilize them even though they got trained?
So they have trained to do work on our properties here.
Okay, so this bid is for what property?
That's
That
the
we're
next
talking
bid.
about right now?
So we needed to have employees trained in lead, and that's
Uh-huh.
what we did. We got our employees trained with lead, and our contractors that we use here on a regular basis trained in lead. So that's the first thing. So if you go to the next page, that's what we're talking about as far as lead abatement or remediation.
For the U-turn,
Yes.
right. So we're not using any of them?
No, part of so just for additional clarification.
Not the unit turn, though. I'm sorry.
Well,
When
they,
they needed to be, so when the DEP? when the
DEP, yeah,
DEP
with
came in and they were reviewing reviewing everybody's procedures for identifying lead-based paint and remediating lead-based paint, they said to us, you need to have your maintenance people need to be trained in this, as well as the contractors you're using to
Okay.
turn vacant units, they need to be trained to be able to identify lead-based paint and those type of things. So that's why we moved to have our employees trained as
Yes.
well as contractors trained that we're utilizing in vacant unit terms. The particular resolution that Kim Martin is referring to rose out of our lead-based paint grant that we received, and we had LEW actually go through all of our properties and identify lead-based paint remediation work that needed to be done. And unfortunately, the grant though is only for Wilson Homes. So what we're doing is we're identifying Wilson Harvested. So we're identifying all the work at Wilson Harvested that needs to be done to get us a lead-free certificate. And we won't, so in other words, we won't remove all of the lead from the property. We will make it safe, encapsulate anything, and then what happens, somebody will have to come out each year and certify that we're lead-free. So that's what we're doing at Lincoln Home, at Wilson Homes. And just a heads up, like I've directed staff to look further, like they have certain things that they have identified, but I think that identification was done like a year ago. So I directed them to have them come back out and see if we can identify more things, because the grant is for around $900,000 and we only have identified enough to spend $300,000. So we want to get as much done under that grant as possible. So we may be coming back, hopefully we'll be coming back with another contract or a change order to do more work if we identify more work.
So this is just to identify more asbestos paint removed,
No asbestos. No
not
asbestos.
asbestos, but lead paint removal. To identify that for our trained, our 22.
No, under this contract, we've identified areas that require remediation or encapsulation.
Encapsulation.
So he's talked about some of it. It's all exterior to the units. It's not affecting any, right? We're not-
You're talking about all the fireplaces,
Yeah, we're not-
fire escapes,
Yeah.
all the outside fire escapes, the lentils around the doors, windows.
To do the work.
To
And
do the
I-
work. This
to
is
do the
this is
work.
doing the
This is
work,
doing
and
the
they have to specifically do like a remediation type work instead of just cleaning it and painting it. They're going to be they have to they have to do a wet scraping.
So there's more in depth than what they're doing.
This is very
That's what I'm
in-depth.
trying to get clarity
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus there's also disposal of after they do some of the wet stripping. There's disposal of as well. So the company here is a professional company we hired to do this.
Right, and that didn't come into the training with eyes.
No, that's
Okay,
that's
that's what I'm trying to
yeah,
distinguish.
that was a different thing.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
distinguish. Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call?
Commissioner Garrett,
Yes.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey,
Aye.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
Resolution 2413. This is the executive director previously brought the 22 units we had advertised 22 units for modernization. The FB was advertised February 12th, 2023. Bids due December 5th. 14 bid packages were received. 14 bid packages were requested. 3 were received by the due date. The bids came in high, well above the engineering estimate. The IB was canceled. It was re-advertised December 17th with bids due on January 18th. Again, 14 bids were requested. 4 bids were received that are well above the estimated range, so we're asking the Board of Commissioners to formally reject these bids, both bid submissions here, so that we can go up for negotiations per local public contracts law.
And just to clarify, so the negotiation, that would be on one of the next meetings, whatever that result.
Yes, the result of the negotiation, a resolution will be brought to the board for the actual award after the negotiation. That would be the next board meeting.
I have a, to adopt resolution 2413, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Yes. Go ahead.
You have a question?
Yes, well, I want to get some clarity.
Mhm.
Okay, so, I know, I just wish we had more information, like,
Mhm.
what, out of the 22 units, how is it broken down between Wilson and Haverstack? Because I'm not sure which ones we're doing, what the number would be at Wilson's and what number would be, done at, Haverstack. And what is the company info, the contract? I don't know, do we have any information like about this company that you're trying to, NDP Construction? Do we have anything on
You're-
that?
That's the prior resolution, that's not
You're,
this.
yeah, you,
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, let me.
There's no company identified yet.
no, we're rejecting. This is for the board to reject.
Hold on, let me get to 13, because I got questions. The cost for advertising, I think we just got it. Okay, yeah, because they're on here as well. So, why we are not able to use the contractors under, redevelopment and modernization, on page 4, for this listed under U-turn? I'm just not understanding why we're not, because we already approved those contractors. So it's the work more intense than what
Yeah,
they're
those
accustomed to doing.
contractors were hired for vacant unit turns. These are modernization units.
So
This is-
modernization is encompasses what, new cabinets, new kitchen,
Much more
bathrooms?
detail, yes, they are,
So you're gonna go in and gut it out?
yes.
Okay. And the cost to do 22 units?
Our engineering estimate would be between 900,000 and $1 million.
Yeah, cause it doesn't, it's.
It shows the cost here that they came in.
Recommendation, okay, I see, okay. And they were way above, you're saying?
Correct.
So what is the housing authority's estimate to do those, modernization of those 22 units? What is the estimated cost?
900,000,
900,000?
possibly less, possibly more, but that's an area. I forget.
Okay, and we're buying everything that has to go into the unit, so it's basically
No,
labor?
no, we're not
Oh,
buying.
they're gonna be
Yes.
buying the okay, so they're
Yes.
giving you the price of what it's gonna, based on the,
It's a full IFB. They give us the full price. We award the bid, they do everything.
okay, that's what's in the specifications?
Yes.
Okay, cause I didn't see the bid, so that's why I'm asking these questions.
Right.
Okay, so you're saying 900,000,
Mhm.
and the cost for advertising. Okay, cause I know, we pay a lot in advertising for these contractors, I'm just, okay.
It's required of us to do.
I know it is, it's just we're paying a
Also,
lot.
any bid that we have is free to download online from our website. Anybody can go on the website and download the bid specifications when it's
Alright.
advertised, when it's available.
Okay, cause I don't recall seeing it, but I'll go back.
It was on our website. I put it there myself.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
Okay.
I put it there myself, and every contractor that picked up takes it off of our website.
Alright, I'm gonna go look.
It-
Do you
it-
have anything on there now?
We have, one thing on there now, which is for, rough, trash removal.
Okay, I'm gonna go look, so I know what I'm looking for. Okay, thank you for that.
Sure,
Any
you're
other
welcome.
questions? Roll call?
And I'd like to see the contract to this, before we come in and approve it, please. Before, I don't wanna see it the day of the, when you present it for approval.
Roll
Commissioner
call?
Correa? Could you skip me, please? And
Commissioner
come back.
Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner State,
Yes.
Commissioner Garrett,
I'm gonna abstain.
Chairwoman Wilson.
Yes.
Thank you very much, that concludes the resolution.
At this time, we're gonna go into new business. Mr. Secretary, I'm gonna turn that over to you,
Okay.
so we
Trenton City, just very briefly, Trenton City Housing and Redevelopment Corporation is a wholly owned nonprofit of the Housing Authority. That is the arm of the Housing Authority that we have used to participate in our redevelopment projects. To have a nonprofit, for instance, with Turner Point, we had Trenton City Housing and Redevelopment Corporation, and we formed Page Homes Redevelopment LLC, which was a for-profit to participate in the single-purpose entity to be a part of the partnership. So Trenton City Housing and Redevelopment Corporation kind of acts as is the Housing Authority's redevelopment committee. It's comprised of 3 commissioners, the executive director and the director of redevelopment. And like I said, it is call it an instrumentality of the Housing Authority. So commissioners are actually appointed for, you have to be a commissioner of the Housing Authority Board to be a commissioner of the Trenton City Housing and Redevelopment Corporation. And those commissioners are appointed for 3-year terms. So currently we have Commissioner Gary Gentry, who was on that board. His term is up. And then Commissioner Anderson, who was not reappointed to the Housing Authority Board, term is up. And then we have Commissioner Tanzania Green, who actually sits on, she's the chairwoman of that board at this time. So we need to appoint 2 additional commissioners to this board. And just for our record keeping, what we want to do today, if it happens today, we can do the motions and everything today, and then next meeting we'll bring a resolution just formalizing what was done, and for the record, so that we'll stay on track with these appointments and the time of these appointments.
Okay, so that means that we would have to nominate 2 people, and then we will do a vote to see if it goes through, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Question, is,
Commissioner Lopez?
thank you, is there, anything saying that someone can't be reappointed, like, if they can do a term?
No,
Okay.
the only requirement is being
City
Commissioner.
a city commissioner.
Okay.
But everyone should have an opportunity to sit on the board, sit on that as a trustee.
Correct. I nominate John Reyes.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Garrett,
No.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. And now we need one more person, right?
I nominate, sorry.
Commissioner Raines?
I nominate Commissioner Vice Chair Gentry. Need to keep some continuity on it.
Second that.
Roll call.
Commissioner Garrett,
No.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. At this time, our second new business is, I hope everyone got a chance to look at the potential committees that Simon Lopez put together. I'm hoping and praying that everybody looked through it. Commissioner Lopez, do you have anything to add?
Just that I hope this could be a first step in us working together to come up with a structure that allows us to get some more work and conversation done outside of regularly occurring board meetings. And right here, I only had the time to do a high-level overview for a potential governance committee and a potential policy committee, but in total, I'd like to be able to provide operations, finance, and audit, and a resident community affairs committee. This is obviously something that I want us all to agree on in terms of the approach that we take. So the ask here is for feedback, comments, questions, concerns, anything that can help push this forward.
Okay. Commissioner Staton?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I as a new commissioner, I was very impressed with your report, Commissioner, because I thought it was very comprehensive, and I actually checked on some of your research, especially from South Orange. South Orange.
New York.
Well, there
Not
was
New York.
two, yeah.
The city of Orange, yeah. And I thought that was very good. I've served on several committees over my lifetime, and I can tell you that these committees are well in line with how the authority is moving forward with all these aggressive projects. And so I'm certainly looking forward to serving on one of them. And if you need any other assistance with research or whatever, please feel free to call me.
Okay, thank you.
No other, so that will include new business. At this time, we will have public session.
We can move forward with that.
Oh.
Yeah, point of order, that's what I was gonna ask.
I'm so sorry.
Pardon me, Madam Chair, yes.
Yes.
Well, yeah, this is space for those comments, and so, is it appropriate to the board then that we make a motion, giving me permission to move forward with this and to gather feedback and comments from the rest of the board?
That'd be fine, sure.
Absolutely, yes.
So I'd like to make that motion.
Okay,
I'll second it.
okay.
I'll defer to the vice chair.
Can we have a roll call, please?
And exactly, we're approving what now, exactly?
Just moving forward with more discussions about the committees.
About the
and
committees.
Obtaining,
No, I understand
obtaining
that part,
comments.
right.
Well, that's the motion. Continue the process,
Yes.
moving the process so it continues and you get.
You need to watch your tone with me, mister. I really don't appreciate you, and your tone.
Okay. I'm just reiterating what the motion was.
No, it's okay.
That's okay. We're
So
gonna
how
have a
you do?
motion right now. Roll call.
Wait, so motion, wait, I'm sorry. So-
See, that's what I'm saying.
To allow me to move forward.
Right, motion Raines,
Motion was Lopez.
Lopez, okay,
Second
motion.
was,
Second was
Vice Chair Gentry.
And now we're just doing the roll call.
All right, Commissioner Garrett,
Abstain.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner Staton,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Boyd.
Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations. At this time, we have public session. For each individual who comes to the podium, please state your name, the residence where you live, and your apartment number, please.
Do you need them to sign it? I only have one sign in,
Nobody signed in?
just one.
Yeah, but it wasn't on the thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. And then I'll get to you, Ms. Nellie. Okay.
My name is Rion Uzi, 25 Beach Street, apartment 2A. I know you got like glad I'm leaving, right?
Excuse me.
Because I'm happy.
Apartment 2A,
2B, whatever it want to be.
2B? Okay.
Thank you, baby.
Good afternoon, how are you?
Fine. I know you glad that I'm leaving, because I'm happy I'm leaving too. But I have 4 people that did a hell of a job. Officer Commissioner Garrett, Mr. Tibbs, Ms. Jerome, and Ebony. Those 4 you can go to and get help at all times. But the rest of these people, you can't. The director, I don't know his name still. Nobody don't know him in Dolly Homes. Miss Garrett is good. So is he. Mr. Tibbs, the best. I'm leaving Monday, and I'm happy to go. I mean, I had a good time here until I wanted something fixed. I was paying my rent one time every 6 months straight. I stopped doing that because I didn't get any help when I wanted it. But other than that, God bless me to get up out of here. Thank you.
Miss Lucy
You
is
have a
moving
great
from
month.
Darling Homes. I mean, moving from the housing authority. She's moving
That's
out
fine,
of the
we,
housing
we
authority.
understand.
Yes, I'm going to Hamilton Township.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Yes, Lord.
Next on the list, please.
Rayon Uzi, Nellie Melbourne.
Okay, my name's Nellie Milborn. I got shot out here in Dolly
I'm
Homes.
sorry, what is your address, ma'am?
My address is 812 Southern Street, apartment 1B. I just happened to be going to my mailbox and got shot out here.
And you got who?
I got shot in both of my legs out
How
here.
long ago was this?
Wait,
Three-
excuse me a minute, I'm sorry, you got shot, you said?
Yes. 3 months ago. Okay.
Oh, goodness.
I went to Violence Crime. They asked Housing Authority to move me. Housing Authority never did. First they said you gotta pay, she owed back rent. So she has to pay that up. I paid it all up. I'm still here. I'm being harassed. People going in my house. It's causing me mental problems. You know what I mean? I come up here, I slash out on everybody. So that's not fair to me. I mean, somebody gotta listen at, do something, do their job. And nobody's doing anything. I come up here every day to say, did y'all find me somewhere to go? I done walked all around Trenton. I'm not even from Trenton, first of all. But I did do my redetermination paper, so I am locked in for another year. So now I'm saying, I walked all around and seen all these empty apartments they got in the senior buildings and everywhere else. So why aren't y'all moving me? And I'm still here. And I'm still around the same people that I got that were their family.
You're right.
I'm around their family that shot me. That
So
coming in my house.
If you were targeted, is what you're saying? This wasn't a random thing? You were targeted?
No,
Excuse
I
me,
wasn't.
Excuse me. Let us finish here.
Okay. I wasn't targeted. I was going to my mailbox. It was people shooting back and forth, back and forth. I got shot. I laid on the ground. You know when you hit bullets, you lay on the ground. I laid on the ground and I'm thinking I'm not going to get hit because I'm laying on the ground, but I still got shot. So it didn't really matter. But when I came home from the hospital, I came to my house because I can't trust nobody because they was coming in and out my house, had keys.
You're
So-
talking about the maintenance people?
No, I'm talking about the people, I don't know if it's maintenance, I can't just blame maintenance. It's
But
people,
you saying keys, ma'am, so I'm just trying to understand who was coming in your house with keys?
individuals. Okay, take it like that.
I'm sorry, Ms. Melbourne, so have you talked to the manager?
Yes, I did. I
Okay.
talked to the manager, I talked to the lady that was moving people, relocating you. I put in relocation papers. I did it all. I don't owe this place nothing. I gave
When
them,
was the last time you've been to the office?
yeah, 3 days ago.
3 days ago. And can you tell me who you talked to 3 days ago?
Miss, begin with an F. Francine. Fran, not Fran. I talked to Fran. Wait a minute.
Francine?
I talked to Francine, but I talked to the other lady, the black lady.
We have,
Bitch, her.
we have Ms.
Patrona,
Malcolm's
I meant.
paperwork under
Okay,
review.
Patrona.
so
We have her paperwork under review.
I would just suggest.
I'm gonna have the executive director talk to you, and then we can work things out from there.
Yeah, because they had me on the verge of they had me wanting to sue the place and all that. But it's not fair. All I asked for them to do is move me.
Right.
Ma'am, could you
Okay,
also
so we will-
please document, like, when you come over, you have to get a book and document the day you came over, who you spoke with, and, what you spoke about, and, cause you gotta keep a record, okay? And I'm sorry to hear that you, got shot, and it's, you know,
Yeah, I'm
that's not
lucky.
good.
I'm
Glad
really,
you have your life.
I'm really lucky because of the fact that with my age, 'Cause you know, I'm 67 years old.
You're young.
Yes, but I'm 67. And my bones ain't that
I'm sure,
good. So what's
yeah.
happening, I was really lucky, but I have a praying family, and I have a blessed family. So,
So how do you know, excuse
One
me,
moment, please.
how do you know that someone is coming
Excuse
in your
me.
house?
Excuse me.
wait a minute.
Ms. Milborn,
Mhm.
we will definitely have somebody get back to you, and then we will go from there.
And
Okay,
you can call me if you need to.
okay, I got you.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I would need you to make sure that you talk to Mr. Godfrey or the executive director.
Yeah, 'cause I talked to his secretary.
Okay?
His secretary, and I asked her, I said, it's a very important matter. Can I please speak to him? Because I say, 'cause ain't nobody else doing nothing for me.
Okay,
And she said, okay, and I ain't never heard nothing else from him.
and I will definitely follow back up,
Okay.
okay? Thank you so much, and I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Next, please.
I don't have anyone else on the list.
That's it. At this time, we have commissioner comments. Ms. Staten, would you like to say anything?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just want to again reiterate my enthusiasm for serving on this board, serving on this authority with you. I'm really looking forward to it. As you know, I followed the authority when you were doing it on Zoom, and prior to that, all the way back in 2002 when I served on council, I was the liaison to the housing authority, and I'm just really pleased with the way, the directions that the housing authority is going. And this new choice neighborhood thing is phenomenal. It is such a game changer for the city, but especially North Ward. I'm just glad to be in the room for all of it. I look forward to serving with you all.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Grant?
I didn't know we were, not able to speak with the residents when they come up and speak. We're all, commissioners and, you know, you chair the meeting, yes, but trying to get information, get an understanding about the tenants' needs, we're all supposed to be doing, that's part of the reason why there is a board, that's for one. Two, last meeting, we signed a, union contract, and I got cut off again, and it's not, the administration comes to speak about the things that's going on to report to the board. So when you stop certain things, that's certain information that we're not able to get, and it just gets filtered back into the next meeting for stuff that's unanswered. And then, the administration brings things to the board to be approved, and we just approve them blindly. But, you know, if you all wanna be liable for stuff because you don't, investigate or do your due diligence, that's on you. But, I was gonna mention about the minimum wage for the part-timers, people who work for the Trenton Housing Authority, part-time. The minimum wage, cap for 2024 is $15.13. That means as of 2024, everyone supposed to be paid part-time, full-time, or whatever, at $15.13. And there's also been in effect probably, 6 years now, it could be a little bit more. New Jersey employees have a leave of absence, whether you part-time, paid leave absent, whether you part-time or full-time. So you get up to 12 weeks or 20 days of year that's supposed to be allocated to you. If you don't, are not allocating that or not giving them that option, that you can be fined by the Labor Department. So I'm not really sure if that's been implemented. I'm asking you, Mr. Garrett, is everyone up to the $15.13 hourly wage, and or did you implement the? Not to answer me? You told him not to answer me?
This is commissioner comment, this is not,
Okay, all right. Like I said, if I don't get the answers now, I'm also going to find a way of getting it and reporting it. So I'm not going to be playing with you because I come here and do my due diligence and get information so I can make decisions, make sure I'm actually making sure that we're within the laws and the statutes and operating within the state of New Jersey and Trenton, New Jersey. So, if this is how you're rolling, I will report you. Thank you.
Commissioner Lopez.
Just want to say welcome to Commissioner, that we are excited to have you with us as well and looking forward to partnering. And congratulations to our new director over here.
Thank you.
We are looking forward as well to seeing what you're going to be able to provide. I know that Jelani is already saying you have some plans and proposals for us, so that's exciting stuff. And that is all.
Commissioner Raines.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Three things written here. One is they're all on the realm of communications. I remember the Coffee with DED. Thought that was a very effective program. We're bringing that back. I was very impressed with the residence issues report that you gave us. Not that I don't have any kind of confidence that you are addressing the issue, but I just thought it was just another effective communication tool. And this quarterly meeting with the residents and the managers, I think that's going to be very, very helpful. One is happy to hear progress moving forward. Seems like we're coming out of the pandemic now. I'm going in my other roles, we're doing a lot of the same things. So I'm happy to see that. Okay. As far as the conduct of the meetings, I'm a firm believer in the Robert's Rules of Orders. As long as meetings go on that level, I'm okay with it. Served on this board almost 10 years now, and if I have any questions, I always email them to the executive director, and he gives me an answer back. So that's how it was when I was chair, and I thought that was an effective way. Okay. I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions.
It's not an opinion.
Excuse me. It's commissioner comment only.
My questions might not be germane to the vice chair or Commissioner State or Commissioner Lopez. So I email him that, he gets back to me. If I have further questions, I'll bring them up at the meeting. That's all I had to share. And welcome again, Commissioner State.
Thank you.
I think you're going to be a fine addition to the team here.
I'm waiting till you call my name.
Call his name.
You know,
Commissioner Gentry.
thank you, Madam Chair. Thanks for bringing that up. You know, knowledge is a very important tool, and how it's applied is more important yet. You can take a book, it's full of knowledge, but it will never leave the shelf. You know, so how it's applied is the most important thing. And the idea, I agree with Commissioner Raines, certain things in decorum in a meeting is real important. You know, you have to play by the rules. That's my attitude that's my thoughts about the meeting, as far as it's concerned. Commissioner Lopez, I commend you, great job. I want you to know that I support you. The director, you know I support you, and I like the way that you pull your team together and that you're constantly making progress. No, it's not a quick dash to the finish line, but you're constantly making progress. I understand that process, and tip my hat to you guys. But most of all, I want to welcome Commissioner Staten. Commissioner Staten is how I got here. So, you know, been here a while, you know. She was on city council, and that's how I got here. So, you caught up with me. Welcome aboard. That's a hell of an addition to the board. You have a lot of knowledge about boards, the city. One hell of an addition to the board. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Those are my comments.
of all, I would like to say, I commend you on communication because I have always said communication is the key for everything. Because it is the executive director, it is the staff and the residents, and we all work together. And we have to do that in order to move forward. I commend you also because you always pick a great team and y'all do a great job. You help them uplift one another, and that is truly important to have a good team, uplifting one another. I commend you also for uplifting Ms. Petrona to a new position. I'm looking forward to seeing the great job that you are going to do. I also commend the committee for Donnelly Homes. I'm hoping and praying that you get out with the residents and y'all do a great job, because at the end of the day, they are looking at you because you are a leader in the community. So remember always that the residents is gonna come for you. They chose you to be their leader. So please do that, lead. Commissioner Staton, I am so excited that you are on this board. As Mr. Gentry said, you are a great person. Everyone's love you to death. You have a great knowledge of things that's going on in the city, in the community. A lot of people love you. I love you, and I'm looking forward to doing great things with you. Simon, Mr. Lopez, I apologize. I am so proud of you to keep moving forward and doing things to keep us all together as a team. And just remember, we all have your back at the end of the day.
Oh my goodness.
And at that point in time, the last thing that I want to say is at the end of the day, we all have to respect one another. We might not like somebody's opinion, but we still need to respect it. We need to respect one another, because remember, the energy that you give out, somebody else might give it back to you. And it might not be the same, but at the end of the day, this is a board meeting, and we have to stay respectful for everyone. At this time, we're going to adjourn the meeting. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
We're not, I thought we were having an executive.
No? Can I have a second?
Second.
Roll call? All in favor? Everyone have a great day.
Very easy.